Hey guys, this is the Bass Singer
and MiscDan64,
and we are continuing with the marathon of Crash Team Racing Nitro-Fueled.
Nitro-Fueled.
And this is the what is it, the 4th Grand Prix right now?
Spooky Grand Prix.
The Spooky Grand Prix.
Yep.
We got some new characters to showcase. In fact, I should probably or are we writing up right now?
That was my bad.
That's fine, that's fine. I'll play with Tana first and then... Well, we could show off all the costumes that we have unlocked throughout the Grand Prix. Now, something
sure.
I have to note is that this is actually a re-recording of last week's recording because of some online issues that we...
What ended up happening was for some reason, as we were just playing each other for funsies, my Joy-Cons started to disconnect.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that got me all concerned. Needless to say, it was embarrassing, but after a little while I thought, hey, we could try that again. And here we are now.
Yeah, I was a little bit hesitant of re-recording again because of the online issues, but recently a patch has been released that seems to fix it.
Yeah.
So hopefully that should alleviate most of the issues.
What this update does is add some more items to the pit stop.
More items to the pit stop, and...
Yeah, and specifically for this version, it fixes up an issue with the time trials regarding Nina's Nightmare, which is the track we're playing on now, and Android Alley, where for some reason, the time leaderboards will be virtually the same.
So you can tell this is the new track for the Grand Prix as always.
Yeah. Main star of the show this time is Nina Cortex.
Yep. We're not playing as her yet, but we'll showcase her.
Yeah, we'll
later.
gladly show her off after this.
Definitely.
And
the
new
over here
thing they're adding onto the races is the fact that we are chasing ghosts now.
Oh yeah, you may have noticed there's some ghosts around here. Those are purely for the Grand Prix Nitro points. They really have nothing to do with the gameplay whatsoever, aside from just gaining more points.
Yeah, they're basically just there if you want to catch them.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until I learned this from you, but you can also collect them by throwing certain items at them.
Yep, rockets,
as well
bombs,
as driving
and shields. You could basically throw one at them, and then it'll still count as a collectible as well.
Yeah?
So there are definitely ways to collect them if you can.
The only real thing that throws me for a loop are challenges where you're required to catch up to them while drifting.
Oh yeah, those can be pretty difficult, which is ironic considering how like the harder ones that are considered difficult would be trying to catch them with blue fire, which I managed to get them like the first time just by racing on Nina's Nightmare.
Nice. Sweet.
Yeah. And mostly it's because there's this one speed boost, which I'm about to go to soon, that automatically makes you go into blue fire immediately.
Yeah, this is the only super turbo pad this track has to offer.
Yeah. And because of that, here it is. As soon as you get an item, sometimes a ghost could pop up, and you could easily catch him by then. So yeah, there's that.
All month long with this, huh?
Now, if you check in my progress right now, I have definitely been working pretty hard. At least compared to the
you're
previous.
getting there at least.
Yeah, at least compared to the previous 2 or 3 Grand Prix.
This is our 4th one.
Yeah, this is our 4th one. This is as much as I've gotten so far this month.
Yeah, it really helps that the quick challenges got a bit of a boost this time. We're getting 200 points as opposed to the 100 we've previously been getting.
Oh yeah, so it basically doubled then.
Naturally. Actually, I feel as if the challenges this time really helps set the pace. Helps to speed things along.
For sure. Oh, I see you have the last Nina's costume.
Yep, the ragdoll costume.
Yeah. That's the one that's at the end of the Grand Prix bonus.
The gold tier.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm actually pretty motivated to try my best to get that by the end of this month.
Oh, here's hoping you do.
Yeah, and considering how close I am already, I might as well, right?
Yeah, it's best you finish at least one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Anywho, Nina is one of the new characters this month.
Yep.
Along with her, we've got Komodo Mo completing the duo Komodo Brothers, and Embryo, who we definitely feel should have been here from the very start.
Oh yeah. I guess better late than never then.
Yeah, we'll touch on all of them at some point.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and also including in the new update are the ability to swap your engines.
Oh yeah, engine swap. This is something we have all been asking for. And now it really boils down to choosing whatever driving style you want and just stick with it.
Now this also does kind of make tier list a little bit redundant, but at the same time you are able to play as any character that you enjoy and have the exact same playstyle you'd like as well. So if you like Uka-Uka but you are more of a fan of the speed style gameplay, then you can do that.
Yeah, that's the best part. No character is better than each other now. Really boils down to your driving style.
Oh yeah, definitely.
As you can see, we're both going speed. This is our preferred driving style. I'm more of an acceleration guy, but speed is definitely up there.
Yeah, like if I don't pick speed, I'm more of an acceleration guy as well. One thing I am a little bit confused about is the drift ability.
Ah, yeah, it's basically so you get more power in your drift ability.
Okay.
Basically what the title implies.
Okay, so that's what it does. Because like I've kind of heard a little bit of rumors that the drift abilities have been neutered in this game or something. It might be just like one video, but
initially anyway.
Okay.
At the very start of this Grand Prix, it started out basically in the same vein as turning and balance. But thanks to the new patch we just got, it makes it so it's much more potent. So it's much better now as opposed to the very start of this thing.
Yeah, that's good.
Don't know if you'll be able to notice the difference, but it's definitely up there.
If I try to do the drift ability, then I could test that out.
Yeah, I've heard it gives you more sacred fire as you're drifting perfectly.
That would actually be very beneficial then.
New game.
Yeah. Also, as of this Grand Prix, all the weekend bonuses are applied to offline modes now.
Oh yeah, I've recently checked that as well and noticed that I do have a weekend bonus.
Yep. So whenever you're playing adventure mode, cup races, or just single races in general, you're always going to be getting the 2 times weekend bonus.
Yeah, that's definitely good.
Yeah.
It's like, it gives a little bit more incentive to play more of the single player this time around, so even though it is clearly controlled to play multiplayer to gain the most coins as much as possible, it's still like a little bit of a bonus for those who like to play single player.
Yep.
Alright, so you're going with Embryo. I'm going to try and go Komodo Joe.
Yeah, it's nothing compared to the Wumpa time, where after 30 minutes you'd get 5 times as much coins. But it's definitely a nice start. It's nice to see we're still getting bonuses in general.
Oh yeah.
Wherever we go. And the weekend bonuses are ongoing on top of that. So from Friday to Monday, there's no like time limit required.
So yeah, that's good. It makes sense too. Like the weekends are usually when like the kids are out at home playing with their friends.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, it's a no-brainer there.
Not to mention, it's always the weekends where I spend the most time farming for Wumpa coins. Basically building up my collection so I'm well prepared for what's to come next. Speaking of, after this, we've got 2 more Grand Prix coming our way. Next month is Neon Circus, and December, Winter Festival. Which, you know, makes sense. It is a holiday season after all.
Yeah, I mean, considering how this is a spooky theme and we're in October, it makes sense.
Yep, perfect time. All we know about next month for sure is that one of the new characters is definitely straight out of Crash Tag Team Racing. I know very well that silhouette you've seen in the roadmap teasers is Pasadena Opossum.
That's a character I have no idea who that is, but I'm pretty sure like a lot of Crash fans would definitely recognize the character.
Oh, definitely. I think she's considered a fan favorite. I feel like people know her well enough to be considered as such. Anywho, if she is in, then Von Clutch is definitely gonna make it in as well. Because let's be real, you can't have one tag team representative without the other.
Oh yeah.
Not to mention this would complete the set of characters we've got as of that game. Nina is already one of them. And in fact, all of her lines are taken directly from that game as well, with the exception of one. When she's crossing the finish line, that one-liner is directly out of Crash of the Titans. But everything else, yeah, matches perfectly. And it's really nice the game is getting a lot more acknowledgement now, beyond, you know, adding Chick and Stu and all the carts we're getting out of that game.
Oh yeah.
Now we're getting all the playables too.
Yeah, so in a way it's truly like the best of all of the 3 games.
Oh, definitely. All the tracks and characters from CTR, Nitro Kart, and now we're getting the characters, carts, and skins from Tag Team Racing. Best of all worlds, actually.
Yeah. And the best part is that all this content is free as well, so...
Oh, definitely.
Definitely
all
worth the $40 in my
on a
opinion.
monthly basis.
Which actually, by the way, I last checked the price of this game. It's currently on sale.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, for PS4 and Xbox One at the very least. I'm not sure about Switch though.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, if you definitely want to pick up a copy, then like now is definitely a good time.
Oh, definitely. As for Winter Festival, I can't make heads or tails who this new character is supposed to be. Doesn't look like anything I've ever seen in a Crash game before. All I know is that it looks very much like it's going to be either a reindeer or a moose type of character, which would definitely be interesting to check out once we hit December.
You think, what's the possibility of it being a brand new character?
Well, I don't see why not. I mean, so far, the newest additions we have are the baby characters, Baby, Crash, and Coco. As oddball a decision as they were, you know, it kind of makes sense when you see pretty much Mario Kart doing the same exact thing.
Oh, yeah.
I just see these two as poking fun at the fact.
Oh yeah, speaking of Mario Kart, I remember that the recent iOS game for Mario Kart has been released.
Oh right, Mario Kart Tour.
Yep.
With how heavily monetized the game is, I think it's safe to assume there's a reason people tend to look down on this one.
Oh yeah. It's definitely not your standard Mario Kart game whatsoever. But it's also like not the best in terms of like what a Mario Kart game should be.
Yeah. Sadly, this is where we are now.
Yeah.
I mean, given it's a free-to-play mobile game, I definitely should have seen this coming.
Oh yeah.
But to the extent they're going with all this is pretty nuts, to say the least.
Definitely, and this is coming from a a person who's actually played a lot of Fire Emblem Heroes, another Nintendo free-to-play title, and that game is very like generous with its rewards and items. Mario Kart feels very like you gotta pay in order to actually get
imagine going out of your
reward.
way to pay for virtually everything, all the characters, cards.
Yeah, like
I
at
don't
best you're
know
gonna get
if the
one or
same
two free
applies to the
characters,
tracks,
but
but-
otherwise, like, you had to unlock Mario, which is pretty baffling.
And not to mention, where's Luigi? We've yet to see him pop up.
Yeah, although to be fair, they
Feels
just
like he
announced
should
that
have been there
Luigi's
from the
coming.
start.
But yeah, the fact that Luigi's not a playable character from the start is really weird.
Yeah, I've heard they've added him now, but
I'm not sure if it's now or in the
it's one
next
of those
update, but
things
they're
that
definitely
should have been in place.
gonna add him for sure.
yeah, it's one of those things that should have been there right out of the gate.
Yeah. And from what I've heard, the monetization actually got worse because, like, I remember back then, or at least during launch day, you get Mario plus a bunch of rubies for 20 bucks. But the most recent one, you get Diddy Kong with a bunch of rubies for like 40 bucks now.
$40 for Diddy Kong, yeah.
40
I've
bucks for
been
Diddy
hearing
Kong. I
the
was lucky
exact
enough to
same
actually pull
thing.
for him, but that is just aggravatingly like,
Yeah, that is overkill.
yeah.
Genuinely concerning, to say the least.
For sure, and it doesn't help that the rarity is also pretty bad as well. You get like a 1% chance out of 100 rolls to get your favorite character, or like
Yeah,
the
not to
gold, like
mention-
the top tier characters.
Right. In short, with how everything is set up, from the monetization to the loot boxes to the realization that you're paying almost as much for the more than you would for the Nintendo Switch Online. Yep.
Oh yeah, I
major red
forgot to
flag
mention about
this
the
game.
gold passes as well, which is also wow.
Yeah, $5 a month doesn't sound bad in theory, but then you realize you're paying $5 a month, which is basically more than you would Nintendo Switch Online.
Yeah,
That's where I made the connection right there.
like $5 a month, and that's the maximum requirement, by the way, is essentially like $60 a year. That's the same amount as Xbox Live and PSN. It is not worth it.
Yeah, that is insane.
So you're gonna pay 60
kinda
bucks a
quickly.
year for just this one game? Like, no way. That's not worth the money at all.
Nuh-uh-uh. Anyway, just switching my setup,
All right.
and we're off.
Oh yeah, you mentioned about the Call of Duty card as well, right?
Yep, this right here is the Firehawk. This is a paid DLC, basically an easy grab, $5. And what this is in contribute to the Call of Duty Endowment, which is a charity dedicated to World War II veterans.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, while this is technically paid DLC, it's at least going to a good cause, so I definitely recommend supporting them as much as possible.
Yeah, for the sake of a charity, I don't see why not.
Mm-hmm.
At least we know their hearts are in the right place.
Definitely. Unlike Activision Blizzard themselves, but...
Yep.
Oh, the
I think that's
ongoing
something we could
debacle
touch
with
upon
what's
another
going
day.
on with them is quite controversial, to say the least.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I know full well they are under fire. I don't actually get the full scope of why, but whatever the case is, yep, these guys are in trouble.
Yeah, and it's not going to get any better once BlizzCon hits the net.
I can imagine.
Yeah. Oh, crap. So I'm not sure if you noticed, but my buttons are all of a sudden a lot more clicky than before.
Yeah, I can tell you're using the Pro Controller of sorts.
Not necessarily. I actually recently got an 8-bit DOE SNES controller, and I'm actually testing it out right now. It feels really good, albeit a little bit noisier than I expected.
Uh-huh. It's
Yeah.
loud, but it works.
Yeah, like, this is probably my preferred controller to play at least a lot of those retro games as well. So I definitely recommend it.
I don't know if this counts as retro since it's basically a deluxe package at this point, but yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely the best way to play games like this.
Yeah, and this is also compatible with PC as well, so that's another bonus.
That's like a win-win right there.
Definitely. Now, the only issue I see with this controller and playing PC games is that A, B, X, and Y are swapped.
Oh.
So, like, whenever it says press A to do this, I have to press B in order to actually do it. I'm sure there's a way to change that, but, like, that could get a little bit annoying.
Yeah, it's like messing with your muscle memory for sure.
Yeah, and I kind of get why they did that, because they're trying to mimic the Xbox controller, which has a different layout, and since that's a standard for PC controls, then yeah.
I mean, if we're going there, then yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Regardless, it's still kind of annoying that they did that, but whatever. I'm sure there's ways to fix it, of course, so... Like, there's a lot of button mapping softwares out there.
Someone we could keep in touch with.
Oh yeah, and this is also wireless too, so that's even better.
Oh, nice. On top of this special cart right here, I'm pretty sure you're also aware of the Sour Patch cart.
The Sour Patch cart. I think I've seen it in the store before.
The Cove Cruiser. I'm gonna quickly show that off, but basically what it is you grab a specially marked package of Trident or Sour Patch Kids, and it gives you a code for one of the, it gives you one code to unlock one of the many. The body, the decal, the stickers.
Okay.
And yeah, you enter the code through the website, and there you go.
That is interesting.
Yeah, it's really an eye catcher for sure. And it should be popping up on your end any second.
Yep, I see it right now.
Yep, this is what it looks like once you've completed the whole set. You do be warned though that the code you get will unlock only one part of the cart. So you'd have to go out and grab like four separate packs of Trident and Sour Patch if you want certain decal.
Alright, I'll keep that noted then.
Yeah. So one code will unlock only one part of the cart. If you want everything in total, you need about 4. Luckily for me, I was in a server with dedicated people, and they were cool enough to hand me down the codes I need for both systems.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, keep in mind I'm also on PlayStation 4. Anywho, we are heading on over to Blizzard Bluff because this, and as well as another track, is one of those weekly missions where you'd have to complete a total of 12 laps.
Oh yeah, I've noticed that for sure. That seems to be a trend with all these weekly challenges.
I've only done like 3, so I've basically got a head start like the other day.
Same here.
So, in short, from where we are, we're basically doing 3 races in total.
Ah, dang it.
I know, that shortcut is a pain to maneuver accurately.
Yeah, it's like, unless you have the speed boost to do it, you're gonna have to use like one of those, what's the item called again?
The super engine?
Yeah.
or the invincibility mask?
Both really. Since they both give you a good enough speed up to pass by that shortcut.
Yeah.
And on that note, my progress for Entropy's trophy is also coming to a close, I believe.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, I got like 2 tracks left.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, hopefully that should, not counting the DLC of course, so hopefully that should
Yeah.
fix it.
Yeah, you only have to concern yourself with the 31 tracks you get right out of the gate.
Yep.
So all the CTR and CNK tracks are where you essentially have to keep your eyes on the prize.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, that's one.
Yeah, hopefully by the time we hit to the next Grand Prix, you'll be able to see me actually play Entropy.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Yeah, because I've been like sleeping on this guy for like 4 months now.
Yeah. Speaking of the next Grand Prix to come, since we know they are doing this special thing with the ghosts surrounding the track, that leaves me wondering what they're gonna do next.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Like I think
what
one
could
of
they
my
possibly
ideas
do
was
this-
that they could have like presents for the December event.
all right, that would be a pretty nice touch.
Yeah.
Not sure what they would do for the circus-themed Grand Prix. There's only like so much you can go off of.
Yeah. So I'm not entirely sure
gonna
myself
be
what they could
interesting
do,
for sure.
but like I'm hoping that they show us something creative.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
I want to know, does this have as many, if not more, characters than Mario Kart 8? Or
We're at 40 characters now,
40 characters now?
so I think they're pretty much at neck and neck if you don't count the Mii characters.
Oh yeah. So, yeah.
Because I know Mario Kart 8 Deluxe should have the same amount, up to 40.
Yeah, those two games are definitely going to compete in terms of what's the better racing game.
Oh, for sure.
Sounds like an idea for a compare and contrast video.
Ah. Looking
Hint,
forward
hint.
to that.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been recently trying to get back to that series after a long hiatus, and it's going pretty smoothly so far. Next episode should come out on Halloween.
Nice. Looking forward to that one.
Oh yeah. It's also a good, nice change of pace to actually cover good games for once as well, because I've been getting tired of covering bad games.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Like it's interesting at least to see how we ended up getting where we are now.
Mhm.
When you look at what you've been covering back to back.
Yeah. I want to say that what I do cover tends to be pretty diverse in terms of genre.
Oh, alright.
Okay, so the first episode was Devil May Cry vs. Metal Gear Rising. That's already a hack and slash character action game. Episode after that was Sonic Unleashed, which is a platforming speedrun game. And then after that was Call of Duty, which was a shooting game.
Right.
So yeah, that's pretty diverse in terms of game genres I cover.
Nice variety too.
Yeah. I've covered fighting games, horror games, that 1 point hentai games.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I've covered them all.
Remind me to check that one again at some point.
Sure. It's on my channel, and I'm pretty sure it's like the second to last episode before I went into a hiatus.
Okay.
It was the Valentine special.
Ah.
Which, like, yeah, that kind of makes sense for it to be a Valentine special.
Interesting thing to do, really.
Yeah. I think, like, out of all the episodes I've gone through, one of my favorite episodes, which is unfortunately one of the least popular ones, has to be, like, covering Uncharted and Tomb Raider.
Ah, nice.
I think it was, like, the game where it's like you could clearly see that there's a lot of similarities between the two, but they give out such a different experiences despite the case.
Yeah, I see that.
Plus, it was always fun to revisit the two games again, since I remember actually enjoying them.
Awesome.
So, like on the back of my mind, I knew what I was gonna say like ahead of time, but I wanted to replay the game just to make sure. Whereas, like with the previous episodes, I kind of went through it blindly.
All right. Always nice to cover at least something you're familiar with.
Oh yeah.
Alright, one last thing I forgot to mention in regard to this update.
Yeah.
If you go into the cup races, you'll notice they add a completely new cup. The Lost Cup.
Oh yeah, because now they've added like 4 tracks, it makes sense to form that into a cup now.
And what that gives us is Clockwork Wumpa from Nitro Kart, Oxide Station from CTR, Twilight Tour, and Prehistoric Playground. So it's nice to see the Grand Prix Cups getting that special treatment.
Oh yeah.
Leads me to wonder if they're gonna be doing this every other month when we get enough tracks to fill up another cup.
That seems to be the trend so far for sure. Like it seems to be like 1 new track per month along with 3 extra characters and a cart. So I wouldn't be surprised if they keep on going through this trend.
Correction. 3 new characters, 3 new carts, and a new track.
Okay, yeah.
That's always how this goes.
Oh yeah. There is the exception of the first one, which was 5 new characters, but I think that it's mostly because they want to include all of the trophy girls rather than just 3 of them.
Not to mention, it was fairly easy since they all have the same, you know,
base model,
asset rigging. Yeah, their base model is virtually the same.
Yeah.
So
it definitely
imagine it made more
to...
sense to implement them with like that easily.
Yeah.
Because everything else we've done after that has been pretty much unique.
Okay, that was definitely
Specifically in
my
the case of this month, we've got Cortex's daughter, niece. I think the jury's still on. Cortex's lab assistant and Komodo Joe's long lost brother.
Oh yeah.
And there you go. Track Adventurer was cleared on my part.
Yeah, it wasn't on my part because I tried to go for a shortcut but failed. And I wasn't able to reach the finish line in time, which is fine. We could always cover the next one that's also like part of the... Yeah. Which is, I believe, Polar Pass?
With the time we have now, what we could do is try the same thing for Polar Pass.
Oh, yeah. That one I already have 3 laps in, so... Yeah.
Yeah, another head start.
Alright. Just let me check real quickly. Oh, I still need 4 laps actually with that track, but whatever.
Oh.
That's fine. I could easily do that off screen.
Yeah. Goes without saying that of all the Grand Prix we've gotten, the new costumes we've gotten have been serviceable to say the least. You can clearly tell who our favorites are right off the bat.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dark Coco, fun fact, was initially supposed to be the evil Coco that was meant to be in Twin Sanity. I don't know if you remember our discussing that.
I vaguely remember that, I believe.
Yeah, I mentioned at one point Evil Coco was supposed to appear alongside Evil Crash. What really sets her apart is that she was more skimpy compared to how Coco is usually more innocent and friendly.
Oh yeah.
So I kind of see what they did here is retool that concept so Coco is now a goth girl. I never thought I'd want that in my life, but I'm so glad we do.
Yeah.
Works perfectly. Another nice thing about this Grand Prix is that I love that at long last we're finally getting stuff from the previous Grand Prix as well.
Oh yeah.
Because of course they brought Tawna back. So now you can grab whatever you've missed out on from Nitro Tour.
Yeah, the previous
including
costumes
her
that were
motorsport skin.
exclusive to the tour originally, now you can unlock them.
Yeah, stuff like Motorsport Tana. I think the Nitro Squad characters too, if you've yet to grab them. I'm saying this because I've seen posts of people seeing them in the pit stop as well. And recently, as of this update, they've added all the Spiral and Friends content as well. All the stuff you get in the Nitro bar.
Nice.
Yeah, this is because of the fact that when this Grand Prix initially started, the Nitro fill-up option was completely messed up. Don't know if you've noticed this, but when you go to check before this Grand Prix started, it would tell you that your Nitro gauge is complete, but incidentally, it reads it as if it's for this Grand Prix as opposed to the last one.
Yeah, I encountered that glitch at one point and I got really confused.
Yep.
It was like at one point I was like, wait, when did I unlock Spyro? And then I checked the character select screen, he's like, he's not there, it's like, what's going on? It was not only until like, I like reset the game where it started fixing itself.
Yeah. So it's nice that they're adding them in as a bit of a cop-out for this incident that we've encountered at the very start.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure in the off chance they release an update before the Grand Prix starts again, we might see the same thing, but in due time. We'll have to see what happens then.
Whoa, what was that weird jump?
Ooh, sorry about that. Yeah, I just caught what happened.
These two have got to be like my least practice maps out there.
Like, it's definitely doable, but those sharp turns.
Yeah. Okay, I got 10 seconds, I think.
It's like the map is laid out so tightly that you have enough room to breathe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a better way of putting it. The only real thing I can... Okay, so... You're probably wondering who everyone in the fandom, the community of sorts, have been asking to be in Nitro-Fueled for a long time now. Right now, the top three seems to boil down to Emperor Velo, Yaya Panda, and Rillaroo.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Like, the panda was a character back then, right?
Yeah, the panda you'd find in the mobile games.
Oh, the mobile games? I thought it was a rideable unit in the trilogy? I'm trying to remember.
No, you're thinking of Polar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Polar was Crash 2, Pura was Crash 3.
Okay.
The panda character I'm speaking of is exclusive to the mobile stuff, like Crash Bandicoot Nitro Kart 2, 3D.
Something for you.
Yeah, just simple, just basic kart racers you would find on an iPad, iPhone, stuff like that.
Okay, I see.
Rillaroo was that one oddball character in Crash Bash.
Crash Bash. That was the party game, right?
Yeah.
We still have yet to cover that game, actually. I actually got the copy of the game since we really want to, so...
yeah, that would be interesting.
Yeah.
So you at least know exactly who we're speaking of here.
Yeah. The only thing I remember about the Crash Bash is Gorilla Anus Face.
Yep, you can thank Pedicris for that.
Yeah. I know that's like
but
a famous
basically,
meme of him.
Rillaru is basically the meme character in the Crash community. Think of it like Waluigi in a sense. That one goofball who shows up in a spin-off game, but yet everyone loves him for some reason.
Oh yeah.
Kind of like that. As for Emperor Velo, you should know very well who this guy is.
Yeah,
He's basically the big bad of Nitro Kart.
Yeah, judging from his name, it definitely sounds familiar.
Yeah. In this case, it's because we already have real Velo, which is basically this guy's true form. The Velo you've seen in the opening of Nitro Kart is his bigger, more robotic self. That's basically used to make him more of a threat than he initially is. So, yeah. Not to mention, we already have, you know, Small Norm and Big Norm?
Yeah.
They are
two
both
mime
separate
characters,
characters now, but they're initially the same character. So if they could do that for the Norms, I don't see why not do this for Velo as well. Have his bigger self along with his true smaller self.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, we already got Baby Coco and Baby
Crash and
as
Baby
well,
Coco.
So, and they act as separate characters as well. Although I fear for the future if they ever add like a pink gold Coco.
No, I wouldn't worry about that. I don't think they take it that far.
Yeah, that's the one criticism I have with the Mario Kart characters, that it seems like they just add any palette swap as separate characters.
Yep. Whereas with stuff like this, all the extra get up you see is purely cosmetic.
Yep. Ooh,
The only
literally last
exceptions
second.
to this are, yeah, the only exception is like Fake Crash, since we know he's a carbon copy gone wrong, and of course the baby characters, as they are set, you know, way back in time. Tying in with the theme of August's Grand Prix. So it kind of makes sense. Alrighty, I think one more should do it from here.
Yep.
Yeah, after this one we can close the curtains until Neon Circus comes around.
Yep.
Which I'm honestly looking forward to, since I know full well the characters we are getting. I mean, if I knew the silhouette we saw was Pasadena Possum, then yeah, I'm stoked.
I'm hoping that by at least next month I'm able to live stream this.
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah, because like
That'd be fun to
we're starting
see.
to catch up with the Crash episodes recently, so
Nice.
it's getting to the point where like now the present would be the current like part. And even then, like I'll probably just live stream it casually, like on, I want to say Tuesdays or Fridays, since that's now my current live stream schedule.
Nice. Only thing is, we don't know for sure what the full details of the next Grand Prix is, other than we know for sure who at least one of the characters are. We know for sure the track is circus themed, and we know one of the carts is Pressurizer. Yeah, they give off the names of the carts as we're getting, as well as showing off the model itself.
Yeah.
Aside from that, we got virtually nothing but speculation.
Ah, whoa! I jumped over the nitro. Ah, sealed.
Yeah, that's the only thing keeping you from making that shortcut.
Yeah.
I think we went over this last time, but it's pretty much been established that once I'm ahead of the pack, I pretty much like to keep everyone on their toes.
Yeah, I'm
So if you
noticing a
ever
lot of
see,
the
like,
nitro boxes plastered in the road.
Yeah, so if you ever see like explosives or beakers lying around, you know why.
Yeah. it's a very clever strategy, especially if you put them in like shortcuts so that they had to really maneuver away from the path.
Matchmaking pretty much does the same exact thing, so, you know, it gets real tense.
Yeah. There's always that one shortcut that I don't know exactly how to get to.
Yeah, there's one shortcut in this track that's really hard to maneuver.
Really?
And I think Oxide Ghost does this if you ever take the time to, you know, race it.
Oh yeah, I'm already having trouble with Entropy's Ghost. Trying to go for Oxide is also just ugh.
Yeah, it's like you can definitely be Entropy, but Oxide's Ghost, you'd have to be full-on pro to be Ghost.
Yeah, like at best I got Crash Cove, and that's literally the first map you do.
Yeah.
That's the only Oxide race that I've beaten so far. Everything else, like, I could barely catch up.
Yeah, good luck.
But you gotta be really perfect in order to do so.
Uh-huh. You gotta know this stuff like the back of your hand.
Yeah.
Which is pretty easy for me since I've been playing this game for well more than months now in advance.
Oh yeah.
I have no doubt in my ability to drive through these tracks no problem.
Coming at you.
Yeah, the Game of the Year list is definitely gonna be very interesting.
I bet. We got a lot of good releases this year.
For sure.
This being one of them.
Yeah. Now I don't think
Mario
that
Maker
Crash
2 is
Bandicoot
fun
is
stuff.
Game of the Year material, but it's certainly like one of the really good games
really
that
wanted
I
that
suggest
trophy.
anyone should play. Barring any
Oh, yeah.
microtransactions issue.
Yeah, once you get past the monetization for purchasable Wumpa coins, everything else we've got has been very excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing but fan service all throughout.
Yeah, and we still got 2 months after this too, so we're not even done yet.
Yeah, and we don't
Ugh.
even know if they're gonna go on to next year either.
Yeah.
That's up for debate.
Mm-hmm.
But at the rate it's going, I feel like I can see this going the route of Splatoon, where we could have enough content to last us a while.
Oh yeah.
Like a year's worth anyway.
Definitely.
I think that about wraps things up from here. We got a pretty good fill anyway.
Yep. This game is still as fun as ever.
Oh, definitely.
What the heck? Oh, that's good timing too. My controller just died, I think.
Oh, did it?
I think so. Like, I'm not exactly sure because something's connected, but not this controller. That was interesting. Well,
Try again real quick.
I guess that's a good time to end the recording session.
Yeah.
So yeah.
We got everything said and done too, so
yeah.
no reason to panic completely.
Yeah. So with that being said, this is the Bass Singer.
And MiscDan64,
We're signing out. Thanks for watching.
goodbye.
Oh, there it is. It's back.
Huh.